years. 4 years. 3 years. 2.
He's getting out and staying out.
I was young, dumb. I didn't have like no guidance, no like morals, no nothing. I was 17 and I was charged with attempted murder, robbery, assault, and gang assault.
I really didn't have a good head on my shoulders as far as what direction I wanted to go. I originally was arrested for murder in a second. I was on Rikers Island for about a year. Got sentenced to 5 years. Went upstate, it was just a day-by-day thing. It was survival.
I'm getting out. You see, I've done my time. I'm staying out, 'cause I made up my mind.
He's getting out. And staying out.
What we got to figure out is how are we going to win the war. Winning the war is getting out and staying out and never coming back here. The mission of getting out and staying out from the very beginning was to reduce the recidivism rate on Rikers Island for 18 to 24-year-olds. And it started with the Department of Correction, because unless we could get access to these guys, there was no way we were going to be able to work with them. That access then was accelerated by the Department of Education, because here they were actually running schools and still do on Rikers Island, and it was in those classrooms that we were going to enlist guys. When we first came to Rikers Island, there was a 66% recidivism rate. That's the rate that guys that come back to Rikers Island. That's really terrible. Getting out and staying out. We have consistently been around 20%. Why aren't they coming back? The answer is obvious. They're in school, they're working, and many of them do both at the same time. I did it for 6 years. That's how I got my college degree. What's good about that is you have some money in your pocket and you feel better about yourself. And it'll keep you so busy, you won't have time to be doing things you shouldn't be doing.
The work that we do in the schools really is dropout prevention. We're taking students that are very far from a diploma and trying to get them caught up and trying to get them to graduate. Their likelihood of continuing their education and completing their education when they get in the community is far reduced. So it really helps us as educators to have community-based support like getting out, staying out, so students can continue their education and their training, go on to college and go on to become career ready and support their families.
This cannot become a way of life. If you start to think that coming back to Rikers is not that bad, you have serious, serious problems.
You don't wait to get out to figure out what you're going to do. You need to use every minute of every day to catch up and move ahead.
We don't talk about jobs, we talk about careers. What do you want to do long term?
When Mark and the mentors who are in Getting Out, Staying Out focus their efforts and their energies on this segment of the population and encourages them to make the most of the time when they are in jail, so they empower them to make the most of their lives when they get out of jail.
I came up in the group homes and foster homes, it's just me by myself. No guidance, no goals. I was 19 when I got arrested. It made me realize that, I could be going away for a very long time. And I had to get myself together real quick.
I went back and forth to court for approximately 25 months. And then I got sentenced to 7 years.
At home, I was a good kid. I ain't no trouble, but when I was outside, I was a knucklehead, and I learned the hard way.
A lot of these individuals that are at Rikers Island never had a support system or never had anybody that cared. and they had to fend for themselves.
Growing up as a kid, cops used to take me home and give me to my mom and say, hey, listen, your son is over there wandering the streets. We just picked him up.
And the streets will have you making mistakes.
I had to do whatever I had to do to make $1, you know, out of 15 cents because there was nothing. And my friends, it was gangs. It was like that's what I was just born into.
When I first started, came out to visit with Mark.
He told me that when you sit down with one of these guys, do not be surprised if you're the first person in that young man's life that really cares about him. And there's just a lot of truth to that. They're in disbelief. They don't know how to deal with it. They feel like they're just going to be let down like they have been a million times. And that's a wall that you have to penetrate if you're going to be trusted.
I've been incarcerated over 2 years. 2 serious crimes, and I'm awaiting trial.
You got a shirt, you got pants. If these shoes show up, you got shoes. You get a haircut tomorrow, you got a tie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good, that's good.
Good luck in court. People think that guys come to Rikers and it's a turnstile. They come in, their case gets fixed, and they're out. It's not true.
This guy in the suit, he has that sense of awareness, that motivation. Every week he would come in.
T-Buzz just preaching help, talking about positives. They help you with housing, school, books.
Work when you came home, education, college.
And I said, wow, there's actually someone out there who really cares. You're just a number when you're in there.
I had to write an essay to actually be a part of getting out there. Now, that's like the contract, the written contract.
When William came to us, he'd been upstate for several years, and he was involved in an incident when he was like 17. We would write to each other as a part of our correspondence program, and you could hear the anxiety in his voice because he had no place to go.
I just wanted to change my life. I wanted to, do better when I came home. They sent me books, dictionaries, words of encouragement. It actually gave me a lot of strength to look forward to and having an opportunity of, having a chance.
The good news is, eventually, you get out. Now, there's a whole program that awaits you in East Harlem.
I'm getting out. You see, I've done my time. I'm staying out, 'cause I made up.
I came out on a Friday. That Monday, I was in GOSO.
And I told her, I need help.
I was nervous, but once I got in, they treated me so gentle and polite. Ever since then, it's like a family.
One of the things we try to do is encourage everyone that walks through the door that they've even just made it through the door. Some of the young men will be really nervous about what their future holds, knowing that they may have kind of the scar of being formerly incarcerated. Others are really just excited and super internally motivated. So we try to meet each young person where they are, and then we take them through the process of meeting their initial goals.
Day one, you can't do anything without an ID. You can't go look for a job. You're in danger of being arrested. How about any relationship problems? Where are you going to live? We're going to help you with that.
As you could imagine, a lot of the guys who are coming in have really had a tough go of things. A lot of them have mental health issues, have substance abuse issues, have a lack of familiar support, have a lack of housing. There's a lot of primary needs that we have to try and help them meet before we can kind of move on. We really try and instill a sense of hope in them.
Do you want to go to college? Do you have your GED? Do you have your high school diploma? You must get that if you're in the program.
Got my GED. I did that within the first year and a half I was upstate.
We'll help you with the finances. We'll help you understand what it takes to get in.
I'm a straight A student. I plan on going on to have a master's in criminal justice.
And he works full-time and goes to school full-time. He makes it look effortless, actually, which is pretty incredible.
Education is a foundation that no one could take from you. And with that foundation, it gives you more ways of looking at life.
If you feel you're smart enough to go to college, we're going to talk to you about the possibility of getting further education, or certainly trade, carpenter, electronics, welding.
Well, right now I'm currently in school for welding. I continually stay focused. Remember that where I came from is not a place that I want to go back to. Went for the job interview, first job interview I ever went on, and I got it. I was amazed that I got it, you know what I mean? So this is the start of a new beginning.
He's getting up and staying.
The concept is you're passing through. It's not a way of life. And I know a lot of you have other family members who have been locked up, some of whom continue to get locked up. But if you can say to yourself, I'm going to get out and stay out of here, and these guys are going to be there for me, and I've got to do what's going to take.
He has the informal with the formal, the stroking with the challenging, the serious with the funny, the fatherly, and yet he has the professional. So it's an amalgam of all of these things that makes the Getting Out, Staying Out program such a unique place.
I know this, that I can come here and really, change things around. Even when I get shifted and maybe want to give up, they won't let me stop.
I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying. My family needs me. I need my family. I love my freedom. Freedom is priceless.
What Getting Out is really all about is helping these guys see that there is another place in this world for them, and that if they take certain steps and they take responsibility for themselves and they really work hard, that it will click and it will come together and they will feel wonderful about themselves. And we see it all the time, and there's nothing better than that.
So when you walk through those doors at GOSO, we are going to make sure that we change your life, that we do whatever we can do to support you, that we're going to give you what you need to succeed, and we're going to make sure that we help you get out and stay out.
He's getting out and staying